Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of SEO myth busting because there has been a certain tweet that has went viral, and the funny thing is the tweet has actually had a reply back from Google Search Liaison as well. But essentially, Lily Ray tweeted out saying that there's two websites, one called Dogster, one called Catster.com. If you guys do want to check it out, they've done tremendously well, both of the websites, over the past last update. And basically, people were jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, but it's because they've got a cart or a e-commerce side to the actual website. They're not just producing informational posts. So then there was a tweet here that said, add to cart for the win. And I believe Google Search Liaison actually replied to that tweet, which was quite funny. So they done a big roundup, basically saying that it's not necessarily the case. They do actually have well-written content. They provide a good user experience, etc., etc. So let's do a little bit of SEO myth busting. Is it because they are e-commerce websites? My assumption is probably not. Or is it because they actually have really well-written content? So we're going to be looking at Catster because I don't know why Dogster.com doesn't open in the UK. They might have like a proxy where only people in the US can view the website, or it might just be down at the minute. I'm not certain, but let's just take a look at one of the websites. Both of the websites are fairly similar. One's obviously for cats, one's obviously for dogs, but that being said, if we take a look at their homepage, one thing that I would have liked is a better designed homepage, but again, that's just me being very picky. I just feel like this design is very dated. I have seen this on a lot of other websites. Again, it's not to say it doesn't work, because it clearly does work, but I feel like they could definitely redesign this to just be a little bit nicer. But that being said, they do have the must-read articles. They've got like the latest articles, which they would have uploaded like in the past few days. And they also have products from the e-commerce shop, which we will take a look at in just a few minutes. But if we actually take a look at some of their articles, as we can see, they do have the correct EAT signals. So for example, if I look at one of their offers, which is Dr. Karine. As you can see here, she has got her LinkedIn, she's got her offer page on Catster, she has her offer page on Dogster as well. I believe this is her limited company that is registered in the UK as well. And then you have got an introduction, the Catsters. So I believe this is like an introduction of what she does and who she is. And she's also got like her Instagram. There's loads of images on her about her, and she also has a YouTube video as well. So there's like YouTube videos with her actually on it. Again, it's really good to see that. And then she's also a offer on PetKeen as well, which is another pet related website, which again is really good to see. If we take a look at the images, as you can see here, there's tons of images of her, so you can clearly tell it's not like a made up persona. She actually, it looks like she actually has got a cat. Now again, it doesn't look photoshopped. I know a lot of people that are trying to gain the EAT side of stuff by photoshopping pets with their offers and stuff like that. At first glance, this looks like a real person to me. Again, we can take a look here at the news section. Is there any news articles talking about her? No, there isn't. Videos, as you can see, there's tons of videos. There's videos being pulled in from her Instagram and all sorts. So that is the actual offer. So from an EAT point of view, you can very much trust this offer. I would like to believe anyway. One thing that I would have liked for Catster to do is on their about page for the actual doctor, I just would have liked them to have linked to her social profiles, because it looks like she is actually being active on social media or YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn, etc. I would have just liked to have seen that. Again, I'm just trying to be very picky here, but it is a good way of essentially being able to tie everything together with schema and everything else. So that's just one thing that I would have liked to have seen from this website. Now, if we actually take a look at the actual offer, so there is actually like a read my introduction. So I believe that this is the article talking about the actual doctor, her experience. So yeah, it looks like she has tons of cats. So from my assumption, she's probably the right person to be talking about being a cat owner. So the images do look unique as well, because I believe that this is the actual doctor's cat as well, so that's good to see. Not many people are using unique images now, so that's a positive. Another thing that they also do as well, which is really important, and I don't see enough websites that have been hit by the HCU do this. So if you have been hit by the HCU, take a note of this. But in the Google Quality Raters guidelines, they specify that if you have a fact in your article and you're specifying, or if you're actually pointing out to that fact to try and make a point in your article, you should try and cite the source, because it makes for a good user experience. So, for example, they have said that 3 to 4 million feral cats have recently emerged, and they actually link to this source where it's an actual study, it looks like, and they have seen an increase in feral cats. So that's a good thing. Again, if you think of it like this, right? Let's say this was a car website, and I said that every single Ferrari by the year of 2025, you need to get it serviced because of this new law, right? You would need to link to that law that you are essentially trying to make a point out of. Now, that was just a made-up scenario, but again, if you think of it, if you're trying to specify like a point, or if you're trying to specify a fact in your article, it's just good user experience to link out to that article that you have tried to essentially get the fact from. So just bear that in mind, because it is a commonly asked question I get. Should I be linking out to other pages? And definitely, if it makes sense, definitely link out. If it doesn't make sense, then you shouldn't link out. But again, just think of the user experience point of view. So again, they do link out a few times. This is like I believe this is from a university, or I believe this is a university that's done this. The University of Queensland in Australia. Again, they're linking out because they're talking about a certain fact. So this article, even though it is plastered with ads, it is actually a pretty decent, well-written article. It doesn't look like it was written by AI, because I did actually check that prior to the to actually recording this. I believe it was only 35% potential chance of it being written by AI. So that's good to see. The actual pages as well, or a lot of the actual content is well internally linked to as well. So like, for example, cats may retain their hunting instincts, and it links out to their hunting instincts page as well. So they do have a few different offers as well on the website. It's not just one person. So for example, this was written by Emma Stenhouse, and then it was reviewed and fact-checked by Dr. Luqman Javed. I believe that's the correct pronunciation. They also have a ask a veterinarian about cat health. So if you do have any questions about your cat, you can obviously pop in a question. And one thing that these guys do end up doing, because I have seen this website before, is if, say for example, you have, or they get a commonly asked question, they will actually create that into an article. Again, because if, say for example, 15 people over the next 2 weeks fill in this form saying, my cat's got blue paws, right? They will essentially write an article on why your cat has blue paws. Because again, they're writing for the actual user. There might not be that many search volume, for that actual article, but the actual user wants that on this website. So again, it's another way of essentially getting people back onto the website. The smart thing that they actually do here as well is if they do actually produce it into an article, they capture your email here as well. So they will reply back to you saying, hey John, thanks for your inquiry. We've actually written an article on this, why your cat has blue paws, for example. So it's good to see that they are getting referral traffic back onto their website, because not many people do that. Now, the shop page. I would highly recommend this for anyone that is actually an expert. So, for example, if you have a photography website, you could definitely sell a photography course, or, for example, you could sell photography like Telegram group. I've seen that as well, where people can essentially ask you as the expert, like what lens you recommend here, etc., etc. There's a lot of different ways that you could definitely monetize your website. Obviously, these guys have just done a monetization method of just selling books, it looks like. They also sell pet shampoo. So they're selling a lot of different style of books. But let's say, again, if you were a photographer, you can definitely sell like a course. You could sell like a Telegram group where people would essentially pay monthly for. You could sell like a mastermind. There's a whole variety of different things. If you're like an expert in photography, that you could definitely sell on your website. And again, you're not just being an affiliate, or you're not just being a informational website where people will just visit your website for info and then never visit your website back again. They have essentially tried to create a brand here. Again, the shop section of this website, it can definitely look better. I believe that this just looks like the WooCommerce straight out of the box. They've not really took any time to actually design this. They could definitely be adding product descriptions and a variety of different things here. So they've got a small product description. They could definitely expand on their products as well. But again, it does come down to what's making them the most money. Is it the e-commerce side, or is it the actual ads on the articles? So they might not be focusing on that. And it also looks like they are selling a magazine here as well. So again, you could potentially sell like a premium email list as well. If say, for example, you're a photographer, or you might have a gaming website, you might being able to like monetize your website like that is pretty decent. So yeah, that has been my review on Catster and also Dogster. I know that we weren't able to actually load this website up. I don't know why, it's just a white page for me right now. But to answer everybody's question, is this an SEO myth that they have survived the algorithm update because they have an e-commerce store? It is definitely a myth. They do have a lot of well-written content on the website. They do have really good, or it looks like they do have really good, trustworthy experts reviewing all of the articles that go live and fact-checking everything. So that is really good that they are doing that. So I believe that is the myth busted. I believe that's what they say on the TV show. But yeah, if you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. And if you guys want a free 15-minute strategy call for your website, make sure to check out casualdash.com. Thanks.